We will recap what happened, certainly with the NBA playoffs. Really interesting results so far. This is what happens. We will watch one game, and then you go, oh, I got this figured out. You know? Week 1 of the NFL season. Oh, my team is going to be great. My team is terrible. And you watch the NBA playoffs, and you go, okay, all right. Knicks over the Cavs. Okay. We think we've got it all figured out. Jalen Brunson, I told you, Mavs made a mistake, My Sacramento Kings. Can the Kings be an underdog even though they're a higher seed, a better seed than Golden State? Because it feels like that. I think we would look at this and say Sacramento beating Golden State would be an upset. But, right, is that fair to say, Paulie?
Yeah, I think Vegas has it pretty close odds-wise, but, Kings feel like an upset.
The Warriors are 1.5-point favorites against the Kings coming up tonight. But there is that feeling of they're still the Sacramento Kings. Even though, you can't look at them that way because a lot of the players that they had before, this is a new team. That team had nothing to do with previous, playoff or regular season failure, or at least most of these players didn't. But, this is a coming out party. De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis. Now you're starting to see guys and you go, that guy's pretty good. Well, everybody's going to be an expert. It's like March Madness. That first round, I'll tell you, keep an eye on that team. Hey, I told you Sacramento. But Sacramento is going to give Golden State everything that they want and then some. And really test that Golden State defense because they can put up points. Stat of the day brought to you by great analysis there. They can put up some points there.
There you
go. Yeah. It's all about guard play. Stat of the day brought to you by Panini America, the official trading card to the Dan Patrick Show. This hour's program brought to you by Mercedes-Benz SUV family. Go take a test drive. Takes no time at all to set it up. Mercedes-Benz. Learn more at MBUSA.com. Yes, Paul?
Technically, the Kings were a slight underdog in Game 1. Warriors, I got them a few different places as a 1.5 favorite. So a slight underdog, the Kings.
All right. Some of the winners, 76ers. You know what? Joel Embiid's going to win the MVP. But that's been the focus of the 76ers. If you watch the 76ers, they're a really good team. There's no drama. There's no Ben Simmons. James Harden fell back into a great playmaker, still a dangerous scorer. They have a seasoned coach in Doc Rivers. They got Tyrese Maxey, who I love. You have some talented players there, and that's why I think it's interesting. I look at the odds, the DraftKings odds this morning. Who do you think is the favorite to win it all in Las Vegas? This is East and West combined. The first three are Eastern Conference teams with the best odds to win it all. If you said the Celtics are the favorites, you'd be correct. Then Milwaukee, then the Phoenix Suns, then the 76ers. The Nuggets after that, then the Warriors, the Lakers, the Clippers, Grizzlies, and Kings. And we don't know the extent of Ja Morant because he came down on his non-shooting hand and it got bent back. Giannis fell down, landed on his tailbone. Don't know his available. We're already seeing things like the Lakers are a really good team. And if you're not buying into it or you haven't, you should because they're a really good team. And they're getting production. Go back to the trade deadline. Oh, they got to get Kyrie. And I'm thinking, why? No, you don't want Kyrie. All you have to do is get guys that will just kind of fill the voids that you have. And they did a wonderful job. I want no drama, low drama. And they got that. And, Reeves has played well. Hachimura played well. Vanderbilt. These are guys who can shoot. And you have, one of the great players of all time who is still a pass-first kind of guy in LeBron James. He's ideal to play because he'll get double-teamed. You kick it out. These guys can make some shots. And you've seen that. It's a good team, and they're playing defense. And that's what makes them dangerous. Because if you look at the West, are you sold on Denver in the playoffs? And the answer is no. Sacramento is probably a year away from understanding what this is going to be all about. Memphis, I never bought into Memphis. The Suns are certainly dangerous, and then they lose to the Clippers. Wasn't that a typical Kawhi Leonard? Oh, that's right. Kawhi is still in the NBA, and he can still put up 38 points. But I never questioned his ability. It's his availability. It's like Kawhi. No, he's not. Okay. And Russell Westbrook Jr. III did his best to lose that game, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he helps them win it. Fascinating. Yeah, Paulie.
The last 90 seconds of that game should be Russell Westbrook's career highlight tape. He misses a three, but then...
Why is he taking a three?
Right, when they finally get the lead, they just need a nice offensive set. He bongs a three, but then he makes 2 free throws and an unbelievable defensive play to close it out.
Here is Russell Westbrook talking about how Ty Lue has confidence in him.
I've been proud of myself every season to do everything. I think I'm one of those guys that can do everything each and every night. I'm just grateful that, T. Lue and the staff believe in me regardless of my shots not falling, allowing me to be able to make an impact on the team and winning.
He can do everything, good and bad. He was 3 for 19, but then he has 10 rebounds, he has 8 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. I mean, that's almost like Draymond Green, but Draymond won't take 19 shots. In fact, he's the second player in the last 40 years to post those kind of numbers in a playoff game without scoring at least 10 points. Draymond Green did that when he had 4 points, but he also had 10 assists, 9 rebounds, 5 steals back in 2018. But it's fascinating. I love watching him. I would never want him as a teammate. I don't want him on my team. No. But every possession seems to matter to him. He does play hard. And how many players can you say that? Sometimes I wish he didn't play as hard because it's like he's going to try to do everything possible here. I'm going to take a shot, and I think I'm going to get 6 points for this shot. And you're like, no. It still counts the same there. Let's see, what else do we have? The Lakers situation. I love that, the Grizzlies lead the league in talking. And Desmond Bain was asked about Rui Hachimura.
Desmond, in terms of Hachimura, how much of that was just the looks he was getting and what sort of adjustments or what can be done differently to deal with him?
I mean, yeah, that was our game plan going in, make him hit shots. And, he did. Tip your cap. It's probably the best game he's had of his career. It's a 7-game series. Let's see if he can do it again on Wednesday.
I mean, it's fair to say that. Yeah, let me see you do it again. And if he does it again, I would say, let me see if he can do it again in game 3. Yes, Marv?
Is it fair for him to think that, but not for him to say it?
Well, these are the Grizzlies. They don't think. They just talk. So should he just be thinking? Yes. But he did say, all right, let me see if he can do it again. All right, fine. I mean, given what the Grizzlies say normally, that's harmless. That's not a big deal. Yeah, Paul.
And you're not going to talk back to a grizzled veteran like Desmond Bain, who's been through so many playoff series and so many. He's a warrior. He's been, is he, year 8, 9?
Yeah. So Nets at the 76ers tonight. Nets are getting 10. Warriors at the Kings. And I love the atmosphere. That was a wonderful atmosphere in Sacramento. Now, if my team hadn't made the playoffs in, nearly 2 decades, I'd be pretty excited too. And those fans, they showed out. And it was fun to watch. Now, this is where you got to come back to earth and say, all right, now we're in a battle. Because now you're going to figure out what is Golden State bringing now. Because now this is when the series really going to start here. If Sacramento, you can't let Golden State take this one. Yeah, Paul.
Hey, you wouldn't let me off today for the Knicks parade. I was kind of a little salty about that. I was going to go to New York. Fritzy and I, Fritzy's a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
We were going to carpool down for the Knicks parade.
You only got to win one game. You start celebrating.
You can't start a winning streak without winning that first one. Yeah, they beat the Cavs.
On the road, come on.
Yeah, I know. Take your shirt off. Woo! Let's go. Let's party. Yes, Marv.
Do not let the Knicks win game 2 because game 3 at the Garden is just going to be unbearable. Keep me away, please.
Are all the celebrities going to be back?
Yeah.
They're going to be sitting courtside.
Yeah, the only people that are consistent is like Spike Lee and Tracy Morgan. Now you're just going to have a bunch of people you haven't seen in 15 years. Back, okay, let's go Knicks. You weren't there when they were struggling.
Hey, Ben Stiller's there. Howard Stern's there. Yeah. All the diehard fans. Those long-suffering New York Knicks fans. Yes, Eden.
I don't even want tickets to that game. Remember when we were getting Knicks tickets and they were like, oh, is Dan going? And we were like, no. And they're like, oh, sorry, we don't have tickets for you then. Yeah, I remember Knicks.
Yeah.
I remember. Let's go Cavs.
Okay, we had tickets and then we didn't.
Right.
And then we had and then we didn't.
Accurate.
Yeah.
I kept fudging your availability to go to the game. I said, Dan's probably going. And he goes, well, I need to kind of know.
Meeting us there later. Yeah. So you could just leave hours and we'll just leave his at Wilco.
We're going to need him to show up at the window to get them.
Yeah, I know.
That's exactly what they said.
Yeah.
He needs to pick them up himself.
I know. And I was going to give my driver's license to one of the Danettes just to say, just show the driver's license. You know, that person behind the plexiglass doesn't know who I am. You know, just, all right, here's your, here's your tickets. Yeah. Can you see that? You know, celebrities there, and all of a sudden there's 4 Danettes right there in front row. Actually, even if I was there, they weren't giving us front row. I would have been like 4th row.
Just anywhere row would have been
but
fine.
But that's fine.
But instead,
it was rut row.
Yeah, rut row.
Oh, and we're back. Here we go.